What if history had taken a different path and the crowns of England and France had united under one glorious Angevin Kingdom? In this Europe and Ourselves 4 video, we will be starting a game as England, defeating France to enforce the Union, totally ignoring the colonization mechanic ourselves and instead leaving that task to our subject Spain, while we shift our focus from completing our missions and growing our economy to convincing the electors that we're the good lads after all, and we promise English breakfast for everyone in the Holy Roman Empire. Just elect us, bro. Before we begin, I'm excited to announce that this video is sponsored by Factor75. It's easy for EU4 or really any Paradox game players to lose track of time due to the sense of accomplishment in building empires and managing nations. The constant decision making can create an addictive gameplay loop where just one more war turns into hours. Have you ever skipped a meal because you were too determined to finish a goal in your campaign? I know I have. It's time to make eating properly a priority. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success. Skip the grocery stores, prep work and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more. Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, small bites, and more to keep you going no matter whether you're just chilling, playing a toll campaign, or even going for a world conquest. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious. Get chef-crafted restaurant quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Get 50% off and free shipping on your first Factor box using my link. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Having a good start as England makes the game so much more fun, and one of the most important things in early game is going to be English Parliament. We can start a debate and select one of these options, and I totally didn't need to restart the game 15 times to get centralized land ownership. You pretty much want to have this option. So we're going to select this. We're going to bribe the government, giving them a little bit of money, admin points, and whatever else we need to give them. Why is it so important? Well, that's because of English village nobility privilege that you start with. It reduces your national tax modifier, makes a nobility exempt from seized land, and does not lose crownland share from developing provinces. So if you don't revoke it early, you will end up with nobility controlling most of your country, and it's gonna be super hard to revoke privileges. Because we got additional crownland, we will seize land as well, and we end up with 40% crownland, which allows us to revoke this instantly. From here we can have the regular setup. We will summon the diet. Sometimes you will be getting the option to improve your relations with the papal state. I would select that one if I had it, but in this case it's not an option for us. We're going to give out +1 mana points for all of the estates for additional monarch points, obviously. Oversight by the clergy. Let's go with religious diplomats. And sometimes I do like to pick institutionalized clergy. In this case, let's go ahead and pick it because it's gonna give us 15 papal influence every 20 years. And we will be investing papal influence in order to become the Korea controller, which grants you 20% aggressive expansion impact reduction, among other juicy modifiers. Now let's continue this, and for nobility grants supremacy over the crown for additional loyalty, as well as nobility officer rights. And for burghers, we will give out indebted to the burgher loans, as well as promote burghers bookkeeping and allow burghers economic freedom for additional trade power. Since we're speaking about the trade power, let's go to the trade map mode, and we're going to start transferring trade power in Champagne node. We're doing this because it will allow us to establish communities, which gives a 15% improved relations bonus with Burgundy, and we start rivaled by Burgundy. We're not going to rival them back, instead we're going to rival France, Scotland, and the last rivalry is really between Denmark, Castile, and Aragon. In this case, Castile rivals Aragon. We're going to ally Castile, and instead we're going to rival Aragon. Now let's go ahead and click our national decisions to get papal influence and general. Let's delete our forts in the French lands. They cost us a ton of money. We don't really need them. They're in horrible terrain, including farmlands, grasslands. And one more thing that we're going to do about the French lands, we're going to sell the province of Maine. If you don't do this, you will get the event, the surrender of Maine, which will lead to a war with France or just giving up that province for free. So we can just get some additional money by setting up an auction. Who's gonna offer us more money? Is it going to be Provence or is it going to be Brittany? Alright, let's give it to Provence for 46 ducats. Thank you very much. As such, we can complete the mission, the 100 Years' War. This allows you to go with the British missions, also get their national unrest reduction modifier as well as development cost 5%, or go with the Giga Chat option, giving you Angevin missions, the possibility to form the Angevin Empire, force Union casus belli on France as well as permaclaims. We're definitely going with the Angevin path. Screw colonizing. Now, we have almost 1000 decades. Let's spend it wisely. Let's get some advisors. If you can get discipline or morale of armies, you're golden, but in my case I only have 4 defense. I will try to reroll this once. For Diplo, we can get Diplo reputation or improve relations. I honestly think even though we will be paying a little bit more, improve relations is going to be more important for now. And for admin, let's go with national unrest reduction. Gotta love our king, right? Totally knows how to rule a country, doesn't he? Well, let's see his power in the battlefield. Hey, 3 shock once each, I'll accept that. That's honestly not too bad whatsoever. Let's select the naval doctrine as well. Let's go with the wooden wall this time, increasing our naval combat bonus of own coast by 1. And later on we can switch to trade power if we wish to. I'm also gonna spend 190 ducats to purchase indulgence, which means we will be getting tons more papal influence, which we will start investing right now. Speaking of papal influence, let's go ahead and also skip 1 day and get this alliance with the papal state. We also have too few seats in the parliament, so let's give out a seat to one of these provinces. Let's equip our Giga Chad Henry and move him to Ireland, because this is where we will begin our first wars. We're not going for France first. We're avoiding this area, and the main reason is Burgundy. We will be getting the Union on France, but if we do this, then we will piss off Burgundy even more. They already hate us. We can still fix this. We will improve relations with Burgundy, and we will also fight an early war with them, because we can remove the rivalry this way. And what we want to do is get a royal marriage with them and an alliance before we fight the French, so that we ensure that we get the Burgundian inheritance later on. We will need more soldiers, so we're going to grab the Free Company, and the rest of our boys we're going to set near the Scottish border. We will have to fight Scotland, because in most of the cases they will ally one of the Irish miners. With our army recruited, we have completed the mission Raise an Army, giving us a permaclaim on Britain region, Subjugation Casus Belli on Scotland, which is gonna last for 25 years. So in these 25 years, we will make sure to subjugate Scotland as well. Lovely permaclaims will allow us to start up the wars on the 11th of December. With the month tick, we have the looming disaster War of Roses. It's gonna get 2.5% progress each month, which means in 40 months it will start. Hopefully we can gobble up the entirety of Ireland before then, because we will have tons of rebels to deal with. Yeah, look at that, man. Tyrone allied Scotland instantly. Okay, so we're going to declare a war on Tyrone. We're gonna co-belligerent any Irish nations, and Scotland we won't do this because that would drag in France. So we're just going to try and remove Scotland from the war as soon as possible. Let's recruit an admiral as well. And do we have any good advice? Yes, there we go. Moral of armies, thank you very much. Time to eliminate the leprechauns. Dude, you have to be kidding me. I've never had this happen before. One of our advisors died, and it's only the 1st of January in 1445. That's a joke, bro. Anyways, we have 3 diplomats, right? So we're going to use one of them to improve relations with really anybody that is near France. We just want to make sure that we have high relations with these small Germanic nations, otherwise we might end up in a huge collision. And with the remaining diplomat, we're going to declare wars each month on different Irish miners. Yeah, including you, awfully, including you. Don't worry, I will not forget about you. Sleep 4 guys, go wreck these guys. Rinse and repeat until we have the entirety of Ireland. To make sure that we siege raise Scotland efficiently, we just got a local defensiveness edict over here. Should be fine with that. Oh, Margaret of Anjou. Interesting, I don't really remember this event, but apparently we can make her a ruler with decent stats. Get 100 of each monarch points and make her a consort or an advisor. Give me the points please, and I will take your service as a consort. There we go, guys. We can start annexing our first provinces in Ireland. And one thing we want to make sure we don't do is coring. Don't core any of these provinces. You would be wasting admin points, and I will explain why shortly. Oh, Scots are trying to challenge us. No way, buddy. No way. I'm actually gonna stay in this war until we declare wars on the entirety of Ireland. Otherwise, they might ally somebody else. Okay, looks like we have all the wars secured. So Scotland, get out of here. They're gonna give us 200 ducats. I don't really care about extending the truce for a couple more years for that. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. 7 different wars at once. The disaster is getting really close. I don't think we will be able to siege down everything, but at least we will have some soldiers available. Okay, we don't have any manpower, so we're gonna make sure that we consolidate all of our units. And I think we will get the free Swiss guards. Or another mercenary company. The Flemish company has 6 shock. Honestly, I think it's gonna be worth it. Let's get these guys. Okay, guys, so the War of Roses has started. We're going to lose tons of stability and manpower, which we don't have, so it doesn't really matter. Local unrest is increased by 8, and we have to choose between these 2 rulers, Lancaster one or the York one. In this case, William III of Lancaster family has much better stats, so we're going to select him. Now, obviously, we have to deal with this large faction of rebels, so we're temporarily gonna pause this siege and bring in more mercenaries. That should be enough. Oh, you're a tough little fella, aren't you? Look at that, man. This is beautiful. This is the last province that we have to siege. Jousting in England, a wonderful sport. This is gonna give us more army tradition and prestige, which is going to increase our morale of armies. 200 splendor, we get reduced national unrest until the Age of Discovery ends, as well as yearly prestige 0.50. Thank you very much. Damn, these rebels are gonna pop in Ireland. And here's a trick, guys. You don't want to set up your army in the exact province before you do spawn the rebels, because they will change place in such a case. If you have them right next to it, then you're going to be fine and you can destroy them quicker. The end of the War of Roses, the order has been restored. We get 50 prestige and 1 stability. Let's barrage this, and we're going to assault this as well because I want to save up a little bit of admin points. So there we go. We have the last Irish province. Now, guys, we finished the war. We haven't cored up anything, remember that. We will go here and click the mission Conquer Ireland, giving us 75 admin points and unlocking the Crown of Ireland Parliament issue. If we go to this national decisions now, oh yeah, we can do this as well. Designate Calais as a staple port. Just for 40 admin points, we get 10 mercantilism, and the province of Calais becomes insane, giving us local trade modifier and local tax modifier buffs. But as I was saying about Ireland, Parliament Crown of Ireland Act is going to allow us to start the debate, which will spawn the event the Kingdom of Ireland. So once again, we just bribe these guys. The Kingdom of Ireland event allows us to get 50 admin, 50 mil, some local unrest, development costs, and monthly autonomy change buffs for the provinces in Ireland. Or we can get the monarch points and we can release Ireland as a separate nation as our personal union. By far, this is the best option, as not only you don't have to spend admin points on coring all of these provinces, but you also get this permanent modifier with Diplo Relations +1, Unjustified Demands +10%, and Yearly Prestige plus 0.50. So you can have more relations until the end of the game, even after you integrate Ireland. We no longer have overextension, which means stability cost is cheaper. We also have a stab guy. It's only 65 points right now. We're gonna have to boost this to +1. Then we take the +1 stability from the event. And last but not least, we finish the War of Roses mission, giving us another stability, which means we're at +3. And it hasn't been even 5 years since the start of the game. We have all of this maximum stability, and in the meantime we made sure that we have decent relations with these guys surrounding France. The rise of a dynasty is going to give us a new ruler, Henry Tudor. He's not bad, to be honest, and 50 admin points, I'll take that. We're actually now going to sell titles, as we will need this money for the upcoming French war. We will get back a little bit of crown lands by seizing lands, of course. Let's take level 4 Diplo, which is going to give us additional innovativeness, and we're going to develop one of our provinces 3 times with Diplo points once we have them, so that we reset our crown lands at 10%. Now, unfortunately, the war with Burgundy is going to be more tough than I expected, as they have Florence, Munich, and Mulhouse as their allies. I think we either wait for level 4 military, or we wait until we have 20 favors with Castile so that we can invite them. Oh crap, he is excommunicated. We might be able to get the province of Maine back for free. Yeah, so France is busy sieging down Anjou. Thank you. Screw you, comment cited. Hate to scrap. Hey, thanks for the province, sucker. We can just release Provence from this one province. And obviously we're doing it because Provence is one of the greatest vassals you can have with the mission The Claims of King Rene, which I hopefully will show you a bit later. Okay guys, let's do it really quickly while we have this mid-level advantage. Level 4. We also have 2 subjects now, so let's take the Strong Duchy's privilege, reducing Liberty Desire for them. We can get some stuff going on, like the averting trade. Wow, really, bro? Yeah, don't mind us having a huge army, like, right next to you. Have at it, bro. I'm totally not gonna chase you down to show you a lesson. Yeah, there we go, that's what I thought. What's up now? Damn, we just fought a 30,000 stack. Really don't enjoy the fact that Florence is in this war. They are tough as hell. But fortunately, we don't need that much war score, so we probably will be good after sieging down their capital. This guy has absolutely no chill. Holy. Will you stop attacking me? What's even going on here? Okay, this just increases our siege progress, sure. Oh, come on, bro. Papal State has been re-elected as the Korea controller. We invested so many points. This sucks so much, man. Okay, we finally might have enough war score. There it is. We can cancel rivalry. Thank you very much. Get the hell out of here. Political crisis, of course, man. This is actually horrible because we need legitimacy to pass the royal court. I think we're going to strengthen our government once. We're going to pass this real quick, which obviously gives us more crown land and unlocks the appointment of state minister parliament issue. And now we can just lose stability. Now we need to somehow recover. Obviously, we can just grab the alliance with Burgundy. This is solved, but the main problem is still here, and it's of course going to be France. We could, to be honest, play it safe and just go for reconquest and keep releasing different nations from France, but I will say screw that, and we're going straight for the Union. We can invite Portugal and Burgundy with the promise of land. Let's force these mofos into the Union. March, boys! Scotland, in the meantime, is gonna be a nuisance. They're gonna try and siege down our fort. Hopefully it's gonna withhold it, or you know, we can just risk it a little bit and send some soldiers over there, get their capital occupied. Honestly, Burgundy might just destroy France on their own. Let's go, man. Okay, so far I'm loving it. I don't have to do crap. And Ireland is helping us with... Oh man, this is just amazing. Holy crap. Yep, they keep recruiting units, but Burgundy is still doing an amazing job. Some of their vassals no longer have any soldiers, and we're in the meantime just occupying forts. There we go, we also have our second government reform. There is this unique one called Strengthen House of Lords, giving you additional reform progress growth plus 10% and parliament effect duration plus 5. But this is kind of a trap because it makes the gap between each parliament issue 5 years longer, and there are some missions that require you to pass multiple parliament issues like this one. The Acts of the Parliament having 6 issues as the requirement, so if you take this reform you would prolong it. I think we're gonna be much better off taking Noble Officer Corps, let's say. Where is this? Oh, I see where they are. I'm sorry, Portugal, my bad, totally my bad. But I'm glad they're taking the hit for us. I love it. They're just standing there. I'm already loving this campaign, man. This is such a breath of fresh air for me. Honestly, I've been playing nations like Circassia, Albania, Khmer, playing as England. Yes, please. There we go. We can peace out Scotland. We're gonna need a tiny bit more war score with France because we're not aiming only for the Union. We're also aiming to make Burgundy somewhat happy. If we take this, they're gonna be hella pissed off. We're gonna give them provinces and we're gonna try to increase our diplomatic reputation, starting with this advisor. Now, we will increase a little bit of relations when the year passes, so we're gonna wait until 1458. We're also going to insult one of their rivals. In this case, it's going to be Austria. There we go. More diplomatic reputation we can get from Papal Legate. I really hope this is gonna work. Okay, so we can separate peace out Switzerland. We're gonna take a bit of cash, war reparations, break some treaties for prestige. Ain't no way. A beloved heir dies. Yeah, okay, that's fine, you know. He was a sinner with -2 true faith, so I'm fine with that, but come on, bro. Is Lancaster family really that cursed? Look at these stats, man. Yeah, okay, give me a church. Hopefully we can get something better. Oh, wow. France just lost all of their soldiers. God damn, boy. We're going to give these 2 provinces to Burgundy. Let them have a connection like this. So we're taking the Union. Let's say we're gonna give them something like this. They're gonna only lose 1 trust. We take a bit of cash as well. Now, are they fine with this? Our relations are down to 16. They have hostile attitude. What if we quickly, like, sell one of our provinces? Calais is the one that we could potentially sell. We can even get 130 ducats for this. Is this gonna help? 35. Offer mill access. I mean, they haven't broken the alliance yet, as long as they don't break it. Now, we can go ahead and complete the mission Seize France's Throne, giving us 25 prestige. And the excess prestige is converted into each of monarch points. We get manpower recovery speed bonus as well as liberty desire in same continent subjects minus 10% and a ton of permaclaims on Burgundy, Brittany, Provence and so on. Now we also have 2 new national decisions. Formalize separation of powers. This is going to give us prestige and parliament debate back in chance until the end of the game. And this one, we're saving this for a little bit later because we can cheese the parliament a little bit. Kingdom of Ireland expires 1459, so we can start a new debate and we can instantly start this French one too. We actually get to keep Burgundy. I love that this works. Now, did we need to sell Calais to them? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not mad about it because we will eventually integrate it anyways. Oh boy, it's time to start improving relations with France. The aggressive expansion is really bad right now. We will need to wait before we continue conquests here in Europe. So we gotta chill for a little bit. And it's perfect time to chill because we have a truce with Scotland, you know. We will use these next few years to just improve relations with everybody, and our next war is going to be versus Scotland. Time for a new debate, boys. We're going for curtail French nobility. This is gonna spawn some rebels. We will lose stability, but for next 10 years we get yearly tax income plus 60, more manpower recovery speed, and we lose 20% nobility influence. Well worth it. There we go, boys. And now we can also pass this one. So we get 2 debates done at once. And I absolutely love the fact that all of this prestige got converted into monarch points because we just got a ton of them. Not to mention the decreased advisor costs. So Renaissance is 400 ducats. It's gonna be well worth it to invest and take free loans, embrace it, unlock level 5 admin, and obviously we have to go for a Diplo group idea because we have tons of Diplo points saved up. I think in our situation, diplomatic is gonna work the best. Espionage could be good as well with aggressive expansion impact, but I honestly want to have the additional diplomats badly. Let's unlock a couple of them. Now that's an heir. That's an heir, boys. Oh yes, we are so blessed, man. We gotta give him a proper English name. There we go. You guys want some knowledge sharing? From this list it looks like Castile wants it the most, right? 2.45 ducats, don't mind that. Are you serious, bro? I've just boosted the technology, now you're giving me Byzantine refugees. I mean, it's good, but couldn't you give me this like a couple of months ago? Guess we can still get level 5 military, which is cool. The Lollard heresy. We will get a ton of unrest, which kinda sucks, but we also get tolerance of true faith and yearly papal influence, and this is until the end of the game, as well as improved relations with papal state. We cannot really even afford to go for the second option because it would reduce our opinion with Burgundy. Well, there it is. As much as I would like to keep this Castile alliance, we pretty much have to get rid of it because they hate Burgundy and we risk losing the alliance with Burgundy if we keep it. Instead, we're going to ally Brandenburg because we can actually become the HRE Emperor. So there we go. Royal marriage is secured and they are voting for us. We just need to get like 2 more nations like that and we can start with Bohemia and maybe we can even get Cologne. Alright, it's time to subjugate Scotland. We're gonna co-belligerent Brittany, although I don't think we're gonna take any promises from them this war, because we still have a little bit of aggressive expansion, so we don't really want to go with overkill here. Okay, apparently now we also have Sweden in this war somehow. Are they going for the independence war? They are. Okay, makes sense. Alright, there we go. Relation improving did help a bit, and we don't have a coalition if we subjugate Scotland, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now, there's a couple of missions that we can complete. Subjugate Scotland is gonna give us 75 admin points, permaclaims, and the event purchase of Orkneyjar, which allows us for 200 ducats get the province of Orkneyjar from Norway. I will definitely do that. And Unify the Isles will give us 25 of each monarch points because the prestige gets converted, as well as prestige decay and monthly splendor bonuses. Now we can also go ahead and briefly enable allow support loyalists and maybe develop like 1 province from France, and we can shatter French nobility, giving us 20 nobility estate loyalty, as well as bonuses for our ruler with admin and diplo points. Okay, we need to develop our lands like 4 more times right now. We're gonna do it with Diplo and admin points and get back to 20% crowns. Okay, apparently we cannot chill even for a second. Now Papal State is inviting us into a war. Sure, I guess we gotta accept, right? And Burgundy could actually break the lines, so let's go ahead and get level 6 military because now they will be afraid of us. I think it's also time for us to get rid of nobility officer rights. We don't really need it anymore. Burgundy declares a war on Savoy. Well, looks like we will have to fight Aragon. Alright, we have to accept. And I was preparing to declare a war on Castile, so it's a bit unlucky. We have our first Age of Discovery bonus available. We're gonna take Justified Wars for aggressive expansion and impact reduction. And then for the next parliament debate, we're gonna go with the Bank Charter Act. It costs 150 admin points and 1 stability, but it's gonna be well worth it because for 10 years we're gonna get national tax modifier plus 25% and yearly inflation reduction. So once again, it's time to bribe our government with some points. Oh no, Aragon, you're not doing crap here. Just leave. Alright, some good news. We have been elected as the Holy Roman Emperor, and Austria did pass this 1 reform, so at least we have that, right? Matter of fact, this is a good opportunity for a new war because Denmark integrated Holstein that has HRE provinces, so we're gonna go and liberate them. That's convenient. Lubeck is not gonna help. Oh, Burgundy. Damn, son, what have you done here? They gave a province to France as well. This is not bad stuff. Our army force limit is so good now. Now, honestly, what I want to do is develop London a few more times so that we can get it up to 30 development. We can start the golden era now. We're gonna recruit a huge army. Take additional morale of armies. For the tier 3 government reform, we're going with representatives of the crown. We need additional diplomatic relations. And unfortunately, yeah, we cannot really ask for unlawful territory from Burgundy, but we can ask for it from Pomerania, that's for sure. Alright, this was quick. All we need is war reps, a Holstein, and money. Thank you. Now we're actually ready to go for a war versus Castile. The only one thing to take into consideration is that they're allied with Portugal, who is also our ally. And we have been allied for quite a bit now, so we have accumulated 75 favors, which we're gonna use to break the alliance with Castile right before declaring. Now this way, the war is gonna be super easy. From Castile, we're only gonna take a few select provinces, so we can do a separate war versus Brittany at the same time, and we will be going for this full annexation. We should be completely good to go here. Yeah, look at that, man. There's no coalition, only Austria is quite pissed about it, but what can they do alone? They're still salty after losing the emperorship. Boom, secure the Duke's Crown mission is done. We get additional trust with France. Oh, give me a break. Austria really annexed someone, so we need to liberate them. It's gonna be Aragon again. God damn these guys, man. So there, this is what we're taking from Castile. From these two provinces, we're gonna release vassals, so we're not gonna court them, and the rest of this stuff we can definitely go ahead and start courting. The normal peace deal would have been to take the gold mine in La Mancha, and in such a case that Granada is somehow still alive, well, because they're allied with Ottomans. We would take a border with them so that we could later take the province of Granada, which has this amazing monument with 5% admin efficiency. But if we would take it all in the first war, we would eventually lose these provinces as we're gonna release Spain through our mission tree. So we first need to get 15 provinces, doesn't matter true vassals or not. And once we have that done, then we can take all the really important stuff. Sheesh, okay, finally. We have the Burgundian inheritance. That's what's up. It's a bit late, but we're gonna take that. And we're gonna complete the mission Seize Burgundy. There we go. Now we're definitely gonna keep the union, and this way we can even get more imperial authority, which is always welcome. Alright, looks like our monthly income is now up to 50, which means we can introduce the Banking Act, as we also have enacted the Parliament issued the Bank Charter. So we're gonna reduce our interest per annum even more and get the yearly inflation reduction bonus. Oh man, we can take 1% interest loans right now without going for burger loans. That's crazy. Oh no, you're not gonna annex my boy Dithmarschen. One of the most fun countries to play, actually. We're maxed out on mill points. Alright, might as well take level 7. There we go, we keep our union. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some cannons now. So yeah, unfortunately there's no way for us to give Corsica to Provence right now. We will need to hold this until we have level 10 admin technology. I think just so we don't have to fight them in the near future, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take Corsica and hold it. It's not too much aggressive expansion, right? Yeah, very good. We're gonna do something fun with Austria. So we're taking these 3 provinces and we're releasing Augsburg. Give us some cash and leave. So we can release Styria. Actually, I'm gonna give this one province to Styria as well. I only need to core this one. And we're doing this because this way we now have a border with Bohemia. It's very important as the HRE Emperor because they hold the Great Monument Historical Center of Prague, which at maximum level gives you 0.15 Imperial Authority modifier. The problem is that it's a Hussite province, so you will need to convert it, and it might not be that easy. But honestly, I'm even considering going with religious ideas for that. Oh, Papal States. So useless and annoying, man. I hate these guys. Here, I need you to vote for me. Bestow your Imperial Grace. This improves our relations. Okay, there we go. We got this guy. I actually want to go ahead and remove Bohemia. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and pick religious ideas. I think it's gonna be fun. We really need to get Burgundy inherited because they hold a ton of HRE provinces and they are obviously not in the HRE. So it's costing us a lot of Imperial authority right now. So we're fighting Bohemia and their buddies, and what we're gonna do is ask them to release as many nations, because this way we will be getting more imperial authority as there's more members. Alright, there we go. We have Central Sea ruling our country, the band for band, man. And this gives us additional 10 imperial authority, so we're very close to passing the second reform. Although we might have to delay it a little bit because there's gonna be a few nations in the coalition. Well, we're gonna continue improving relations for now. But yeah, basically the only thing we care about is just making the coalition as small as possible. It's time to finish the war. So what do we have here? Only a few nations in the coalition. We're gonna ask Bohemia to release a couple of new nations. And we're good to go versus Castile once again. We just need to make sure to break their alliance with Portugal the second time. And that's what we're gonna do. Really? Allied with Genoa since when, bro? Okay then. Henry VIII is gonna be a 555 new heir, or we could just go ahead and upgrade our current one, which we're gonna pick Henry for sure. He's also a reformist with reform progress growth plus 25%. Apparently we have completed free burghers agendas now, so we can get 50 government reform progress and unlock the parliamentary administration government reform, which we cannot unlock yet. It's a tier 7 actually, so there's plenty of waiting. But we can unlock the tier 4 one, and we're gonna go with expand temple rights, because we don't really need an additional diplomat by now. We already have 5. Come here, Castile. And that's how easy our battles are. We are destroying them. And he's got nowhere to escape. Please give me +2 yearly papal influence. This is gonna be massive as we constantly use these papal abilities. And as is, guys, we're gonna return all the cores to our vassals. And we can even take the South Castile state. Now, before we even core any of this, we will declare a quick war on Lorraine, because there are 2 provinces that they hold which we need, and that is Metz and Lorraine itself. There it is. So obviously we're just gonna give these 2 provinces to Burgundy so that we don't have to core ourselves. And this means we can finish the mission Angevin Kingdom, because we own entirety of the French region. We're gonna get 9 development in Anjou, some permanent modifiers including local development costs, state maintenance, and most importantly, we unlock the Acts of Union Parliament issue, which will allow us to form the Angevin Kingdom later on. Now we have a couple of other missions completed. One of them is Holy Roman Struggle, which is going to give us Diplo reputation and reasons to elect +30 bonus, which just confirms that we will extend our emperorship. And the mission related to Spain, Kingdoms of Spain. All we need to do now is integrate Galicia. We're going even to concentrate development here. Finally, guys, we inherit Burgundy as well. Oh, this is lovely. There's gonna be one problem, and that is governing capacity. Because of all the new land that we just received, stating everything up is gonna cost a ton of governing capacity. We are already out. I've already done this before, but we can exploit tax development in some new provinces that we took. So this is gonna help a little bit, but we will also go ahead and take some land right privileges. And all of this new land will have a ton of autonomy, so what we need to do is to straight up reduce it to massively boost our economy. After finishing the integration of Galicia, we have 15 provinces in the Spain region, which allows us to pass the Parliament Act of Spanish Crown. And once again, we just bribe the government, give them some stuff, which then allows us to get the Iberian crown, and we can click the second option, get 50 admin and diplo points, and just like we did with Ireland, we will be releasing Spain and get this amazing modifier with diplo relations and justified demands and yearly prestige. So we at once in Iberia will have Portugal, Castile, Aragon, and Spain, which is crazy. These guys also have exploration ideas, which means they will start colonizing the new world for us. And because we didn't take the gold mine and we didn't take the province of Granada, they were not able to inherit it, so we can use these 2 strategic locations once we start up these new wars. Now guys, it's definitely time to convert the province of Prague, because we need to start using this monument. So we stayed it up, we core it up, we get the Enforcer Religious Unity Edict, we get the Advisor. It's still 555 months, but if we accept the Czech culture, it's down to 45, which is easy to convert. Developing is super cheap after selling titles, so we're gonna invest all of our diplo points, all of our mill points, because we're still ahead with the technology. We have finally converted the city of Prague to our own religion, and we can go ahead and start investing into the monument. Because we have so much manpower, we're gonna use it. Finish building this, upgrade it to the maximum level. Look at that, even at this level we get 0.10 additional imperial authority, which is so massive. Oh, come on, Portugal. Really, man? I guess we have to. I like how Portugal broke Granada's alliances with both Morocco and Tunis, but still kept to one with the Ottomans. Not the brightest guys for sure. Alright guys, it seems we have lowered our autonomy enough so that we can complete the Angevin culture mission. The British culture group gets converted into the Anglo culture of the French culture group now, which means we have all of these accepted cultures. That's crazy. Wait, I swear to God, that's so weird. So we no longer have English provinces, right? Because everything is Anglo culture. It's just occupying space. Let's demote this and let's get Dutch. Yeah, it just disappears. I guess this is a bug. And guys, we are finally able to finish the monument to the maximum level. Today is the day to celebrate. We're getting 0.20 authority. We're gonna cheese this so badly soon. There it is guys, our second reform. Now it's time to boost it even more. As HRE Emperor, we cannot remove the provinces from the HRE and we cannot move our capital in and out of the HRE. But we need to connect our capital to the empire to be able to actually join the empire. We have been the emperor without joining so far. And pretty much the closest province here is going to be Ghent. We're gonna move this for 356 admin points. And this means we can go and click this button and look at that. We get 31 imperial authority. Now we're going to add all provinces to the HRE. And we're getting 0.33 every month, which is massive. Look at how everybody insanely likes us now. This is wild. You know, Austria, we're gonna have to ask you to release Switzerland. I've just noticed they gobbled it up just silently, you know, took over the entire nation. Not a big fan of their work. Okay, our ruler died. Didn't expect this, but once again, from that we gained 10 imperial authority and we're very close to passing the third reform. With us finishing the religious ideas, we get the Deus Vult ability so we can attack any different religion nation that we border. And we can also select missionary strength and religious unity buff. I love how it costs 7 points to develop the province of Ghent without the encouraged development edict. Now it's 5 points. Okay, I guess we're gonna go ham. We're gonna pretty much develop all the Dutch lands because they're super rich. Okay, Austria, you gotta release these guys, and we want to finish the war now. Because we can go with the third reform. Now, if we don't want to waste our additional 2 imperial authority that we have, we can use it to boost our relations with anybody on the HRE. So, for example, Ansbach, this costs 1 imperial authority. We can boost relations. Let's do it with 2 nations, and then without wasting any of it, we can pass the third reform. With 68 member states in the HRE, we gain 0.30 imperial authority each month now. The creation of the London Stock Exchange. For the price of free inflation, we're gonna get 2,200 ducats yet. I don't mind that. We have been building a ton of workshops in our country, but now let's switch the focus a little bit into trade and upgrade all of our centers of trade. Dude, we're rolling in cash and we only have the indebted to the burgher loans. With this leftover money, get some courthouses. We constantly have way too many monarch points, so we constantly will just upgrade our nation by developing it. And in return, look at our crownlands grow at the speed of lightning. The Admiralty event allows us to select the Admiralty or the Royal Army buffs until the end of the game, respectively upgrading our army or navy. Actually, let's go for the navy upgrade because this gives navy tradition. Like, look at that, man. Even at 23, we get additional 23% trade steering, so you can bump this up quite a bit. No way, we actually get the military reform right afterwards too. Well, speaking of trade steering, we can get tons of it by getting 40 navy tradition. But honestly, for this modifier, I think 20% morale of armies is gonna be so much more useful right now. Because we're setting ourselves up to fight the Ottomans. Genoa still has these 2 provinces. We will do something about this. Tier 5 government reform is here, boys. We're gonna go with the Royal Marines because this will allow us to recruit soldiers with our sailors, and obviously it gives us some other nice modifiers. We can have a totally massive army of 150,000 soldiers by 1509, which is insane. And we can also incorporate 15 Marines into this army. Easy as that, without even colonizing, we can embrace colonialism as it has spread to tons of our provinces by now. Look at these peasants in the Great Powers list, man. We're so way ahead of everybody else. We have 90 legitimacy, all estates influence is lower than 50, loyalty is greater than 60, at least 5 subjects and more, and we can complete strengthen the empire, giving us another 50 gov reform progress and unlocking direct royal administration gov reform. Oh no way, man, Bohemia converted to Protestant religion. We gotta cleanse the heresy. ASAP, let's go. You traitors. Okay, so we have dealt with the guys over here in Europe. We can move on to some interesting stuff, which would be Morocco. They managed to take a piece of Portugal as we broke that alliance. And we obviously have a holy war CB on them. We could even fight Granada without making them co-belligerent and dragging in the Ottomans. But obviously we want to pay attention to our imperial authority and not start any wars until we pass this next reform. Now, we did also diplo-vassalize Florence, and we can ask the Papal State to return some cores for free. Thank you so much for that. There we go, guys. We have level 10s, and we can select our third idea group. I think at this point we have the HRE under our control, so we can go with a more expansionist path and go with admin ideas. We just gained colonialism casus belli on Friesland. Damn, they're actually colonizing right next to Spain here in Africa. Oh wow, no way. The Royal Society of Ghent, we get 5 innovativeness, a university in our new capital, institution growth, and yearly innovativeness bonus. Alright, that's sick. We could now banish Portugal from Iberia and take their entirety of country, but we're gonna leave them with a couple of provinces because in the future we will probably subjugate them. Now we're just taking their most valuable stuff with the trade centers and the monument here, which gives 15% global trade power. Totally calculated overextension after taking the provinces from Tlemcen 100%, and this means we don't get additional debuffs. Dude, we have so much money right now. It's unbelievable. Oh, you know, we're going to just take 54,000 manpower from the parliament. Love that we can lose 0 prestige for that. We can invest this manpower into finishing our great projects. We already have this one at level 2. There's only one left level to upgrade it for us to get 5% admin efficiency. Taking Genoese mainlands would be way too much aggressive expansion. We don't need this right now. We will be taking their Balkan and Anatolian holdouts, however, because then we will be able to finally release Byzantium. Next thing I'm gonna do is banish Castile from Iberia, but I'm still gonna keep them around as a vassal with Gran Canaria. But there's no particular reason why I'm doing it like this. I just want to have Iberia ruled by Spain and keep them at a separate location. Even though we did have a ton of aggressive expansion with them, we can still keep them loyal. There's no problem with that. We will be constantly giving them money and stuff, make sure that they colonize provinces, as they do have exploration and expansion ideas. So technically we have Castile, Spain, and later on we will have Portugal. All of these guys will be colonizing for us. So we really don't need to do anything about the New World. Now, release Byzantium. There we go. And let's not forget the Force Acts of Union debate. There we go, guys. We start the debate, which will allow us to finally form the Angevin Kingdom. Yes, please, give us new traditions and ambitions. We unlock the mission, the Acts of Union, distributing 20 base production in Britain and France regions. And obviously we inherited the entirety of France. Now once again, this is gonna be a bit of a struggle for our governing capacity because we need to state all of this up. I think we can just take some time off and start building tons and tons more of courthouses. But now another thing that I wanted to point out and why we held Provence for so long. We can finally give them the provinces in the coast. So we're gonna give them this one, and then we can give them Corsica, which finally allows for them to complete their mission, the Claims of King Rene. And just like this, they get all of these cores on the entirety of the Naples area, which is currently held by the Papal State. It's definitely time to break this alliance. We're gonna retake all the stuff that we can. What the hell is going on here? Brazil. They have inherited the throne of Brazilian Brazil. What in the world, bro? Brazil apparently had their own colonies. Yo, that's wild. Okay, they got the junior partner of Portugal. So we just unlocked core creation cost minus 25%, and I've realized that I haven't pointed out our new Angevin ideas. We get another 20% core creation cost with the first one, then national tax modifier and number of possible parliament issues +1, discipline, years for personal union integration minus 10, which means if we get a PU, we can start integrating them after 40 years instead of the regular 50. Infantry compatibility. This is one of the most amazing things. We're gonna get governing capacity modifier plus 15%, which we're gonna combine with our admin ideas once we finish this to have a total of 35. Then we also get yearly legitimacy, and for our traditions and ambitions, we have national manpower modifier plus 20%, improved relations plus 30%, and years of separatism minus 5. Some of the best ideas in the game for sure. At this point, passing the reforms is a bit more difficult because we are not Germanic, so we get -5 by default. Current amount of reforms modifies this by 8, and we have quite a low trust of Emperor. But what we can do is go past 50 Imperial Authority, and the more we have, the easier it will be to pass it. We get tons of it, so there's not much to worry about. We have the Hansa incident, not the best timing, because we will be getting 9 Imperial Authority. I hope we can pass this next reform before this actually fires. Yes, there we go, boys. We got it. Perpetual Diet, which is now going to increase our Imperial Authority from free cities by 50%. We will get re-elected, and I usually wouldn't do this for a ruler so good as Henry right here. But Imperial Authority is going to be super nice, so we're going to abdicate him. We're going to get additional 10 Imperial Authority. Monarch points are not a huge issue right now anyways. And we basically can select a religious stance. We will choose to stay Catholic because this will make it easier for us to manage the HRE. That's a ton of papal points. Guys, it's 1531. We already have 2.4 thousand development. And before this video gets to like some insane length, I want to finish it right here. If you guys enjoyed it and you want to see this HRE run to be continued, for us to continue the Angevin mission tree, start the Holy War versus the Ottomans, then you guys know what you need to do. Like, subscribe, comment, and if you're watching from the US and enjoy my videos, please do consider checking out our sponsor Factor 75. Don't miss out on the 50% discount and free shipping by using the link in the video description. Not only this is a super good offer for you, but you would massively help out the channel as I get the commission from this. Huge thanks to those who will use it. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much to our YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters, the Whale Biologist, Lazar, and Nikolas. Your support is greatly appreciated.